and not those of W4CY Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4CY Radio or its employees or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4CY Radio.
Hey everybody, this is Scotty J.
What's up, guys? This is DJ Zach.
Hey guys, you're out with Ambler.
Rock Titan Live on W4CY Radio every Tuesday from 9 to 9:50 p.m. Eastern.
You're listening to Rock Titan Live.
W4CY Radio.
You are listening to Rock Titan Live
every Tuesday from 9 to 9:50 p.m. Eastern. Rock Titan Live
every Tuesday from 9 to 9:50 p.m. Eastern.
Scotty J.
DJ Zachy D.
Out with
Rock
Ambler.
Titan Live on W4CY Radio.
This is Scotty J on W4CY, Rock Titan Live every Tuesday from 1 to 1:50 p.m. Eastern. Right? You know, that's the way it's supposed to go, at least, D. You know, but I've been slacking. So everybody, what you heard on the intro is what our time slot used to be on W4CY Radio. But of course now Rock Titan Live is in the most awesome afternoon time slot that is 1 to 1:50. Everybody, welcome to the show. Welcome to Rock Titan Live. I am Scotty J. And we should have a good show today. A little different than what I was originally expecting to do. We had to manipulate some things spur of the moment, but nonetheless, it's a good time. It's always a good time. And got to give a shout out to my lady behind the boards down there in Florida. D, how you doing, my lady? Come on, I know you're there. Don't leave me hanging. Come on now.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yes.
Multitask.
You know, and see, I thought you were about to bail on me too. What the hell, man? I'm like, yeah, that's it. You know, the sky is falling. The sky is falling. Oh.
No, I'm trying to get your banner to show. So, let me get that fixed so everybody knows that we're listening to Rock Titan Live.
Rock Titan Live on W4CY every Tuesday from 1 to 1:50 p.m. Eastern. Do I have a voice for radio or what? You know? I mean, seriously, I think I should be doing voiceover work, voice acting work. You know, everybody, I'm available. You know, if you're hiring, you need some good quality voiceover work. I do various impersonations and impressions. I can do like all the freaking Sesame Street characters. I can do all the Muppets. I can do Beavis and Butthead. I can do all kinds of cartoons. I can do some presidents, the whole nine. So whatever you need, or if you just like my own sultry, sexy, masculine voice, I am happy to lend that to you as well. Right? So D's multitasking. All right, that's all good. Oh man, that's on you right now. All right, well everybody, there's been a lot going on in the news lately, in music news. There's a lot of hot stuff, you know, some of which we're going to cover. You know, and some of the other things I want to share with you right now. A dear friend of mine who we wanted to have on the show, but he became ill, violently ill. So everybody, I want you to send positive energy, vibes. You know, if you're a spiritual person, you know, please send your prayers to our friend Vinnie Moore. He's an amazing guitarist. If you're not familiar with him, he's one of the greatest guitar virtuosos on the planet Earth, and he is the lead guitarist for UFO, who is on the, they are wrapping up, really, the last leg of their tour. I was mortified because I had an opportunity to see them not once but twice while they were going through Pennsylvania, and I had some issues of my own. I guess this is karma maybe in some way. But so, you know, UFO, they're riding off into the sunset. You know, they're done. Phil Moggs calling it a day. You know, he's like 70 and he's been touring long enough. So they're done. But the show must go on, and Vinnie Moore, you know, again, phenomenal. And not too long ago, he just released his own solo album, Soul Shifter. There was a lot of anticipation for this album, and I had him in the studio with me a couple of times. And, you know, we were talking about this solo effort that he was about to put out there, you know, that which could not yet be named. But finally, slapped the name on it, you know, and Soul Shifter it is. And I had the privilege of listening to it early on, and I did put my own review of Soul Shifter out there. So everybody, you know, again, if you're listening to Rock Titan Live right now on W4CY, but you would rather watch, all you got to do is go out to W4CY.com and click on Talk 4 TV. If you click on Talk 4 TV, you'll be able to watch my beautiful mug, you know, and maybe any other items, you know, from potential sponsors that we may have. You know, it's all about, you know, special, you know, strategic item placement and whatnot on the show. So, you know, we're happy to you know, advertise any sponsors that may want to get involved in Rock Titan TV. But not only are we a radio show and a podcast and a TV show, we got some really exciting things going on there too. But we got our website. We got our website, rocktitan.tv. .tv is the extension, not .com, not .org, not .net, not .biz, not .us, .tv. So if you go to www.rocktitan.tv, you'll be able to see all kinds of cool write-ups that we do. Ambler, Out with Ambler, that we have on the show with us regularly for her Meet the Band segment. She's always going to shows down in Virginia, North Carolina. That girl's all over the dang place, getting amazing photos. And this past weekend was no different, as she got to catch up with Blacktop Mojo, who is one of my new favorite bands, and Lullwater, who we talked about last week. Otherwise, and we've had Brian Medeiros on the show, the drummer for Otherwise. Awesome. Gotta get the lead singer. Those brothers on, Adrian, Patrick, and his brother. We got to get the Patrick brothers on here for sure. But so anyway, she was doing that over the weekend. And on Rock Titan TV, we'll do reviews. You know, a lot of times we'll just be talking about events that we're covering, rant and raving. It's a dynamic blog. You know, I try to get out at least, you know, 1 to 2 stories, 1 to 2 features a week. But it's always fun. I started this whole new piece on the website called Errant Thoughts by Scotty J. And Errant Thoughts just kind of came to me because for all of you that know me, you know, I am the DJ with ADD. I can't keep a coherent thought for like 30 seconds. You know, I'm like 10-second Tom from 51st States with Adam Sandler. Hi, I'm Scotty J. Hi, I'm Scotty J, you know?
That's the truth.
Do you know? You know.
I don't even know how to, like, describe what it's like sometimes working with you. It's more like, okay, so we're going to do this. And then, like, I get an email 2 minutes later. Nope, we're not going to do this. We're going to do this. I
wear you out, don't I? I wear you out.
You know, it is definitely, you know, an emotional roller coaster, but, you know, not one that I don't mind going on that roller coaster. It's exciting. It keeps me on my toes.
You know, it's like, you know, for you ladies out there that have to put up with me virtually and whatnot, you know, because you're not in my physical presence, you know, I may wear you out, you know, mentally and emotionally, but there's only one lady in my life that I get to wear out physically. And I thank her very much. I thank her very much for that tolerance. Oh, man. You know, women don't get worn out enough. Isn't that the truth, Dee? You ladies don't always get to get worn out enough.
I mean, I'm going to plead the fifth.
You got to have a nice, good quality, ADD-riddled Scotty J in your life, you know?
Like, yeah, not these 10-second Toms.
Right, you know, the 2-pump chumps and stuff like that, you know? They're all out there. You know who you are! But that's not what this show is about. We're not going to be talking about all that stuff today, as fun as that would be. But
it's be fun. There's really not much to talk. Everybody's like, "Oh, you're single. You must have this awesome sex life," and it's like, no.
Yeah. You know, it's funny, you know, because everyone always thinks it's greener on the other side. You know, if you're married, you know, and you've got a dull sex life, you know, you think, oh my God, it's got to be awesome to be single. And then if you're single, you know, and you're thinking, oh God, you know, it's so hard finding, you know, someone that's just always there, ready to get it on, you know. So they're thinking maybe being in a relationship would be better, you know. So it's, you never know. You know, what it boils down to at the end of the day is you just got to be with the right person. You know, you got to be with the person that completes you, you know, and I have a person that completes me, you know.
There's a thing called completing somebody. Like, that's news to me. I had no idea that was even a thing. Like okay, cool.
Yeah, that should be an app. I think that should be like a new hookup app, instead of like Tinder or any of this other stuff. I don't even know. There's a ton of them out there, I'm sure. I don't know what all the names are, but like youcouldcompleteme.com. I think that would be great. Youcouldcompleteme.com. I think, that's something. You're welcome for whoever wants to take it, run with it. Someone probably has already purchased it and they're like squatting on it like electronic real estate, because there's like so many websites out there that have absolutely no content, no nothing. People are just like buying them up like, oh, yeah, you want my website name? I'll sell it to you for $1 million. Like
dating apps are ridiculous. Like, I'm on them. I've tried them.
Yeah. You ever have any luck?
Same old people just on different dating sites, like literally the same people. And my thought is like, homie, I talked to you on another app. How are you gonna, and it didn't work out. How are you gonna try to hit me up on this app? It ain't gonna work out just because it's a different app, you idiot.
Yeah. That's too funny. God, D, I feel for you.
Like, literally, I'm not even joking. I'm not joking. Like, this is the struggle there is. So I started talking to my ex-boyfriend, like, not really seriously or whatever. He lives in Ohio. Like, how can that be serious?
Toledo, Ohio. Oh, I'm sorry.
He used to live down here. That's when we dated. Right. But I was, like, 16 years old, okay? I'm 28 now.
Woo!
So we started talking, and, like, I'm not joking. Days later, he like drops the "I love you" bomb.
Whoa.
And I'm like, I was like, thank you very much, but I feel like, I don't know how you can love me. I mean, I'm not the same person I was at 16. He's like, I just feel it. I was like, oh, okay. Then 2 days later, stopped talking to me, and his excuse was, well, I had to move because the person that I was living with was stealing with me and I just couldn't answer the phone. But you can post it on Facebook and Snapchat, but you can't tell the person, quote unquote, you love that you have to move from your facility because somebody's stealing from you. Woo. Then the same week, some dude hit me up and was just like, I know I've never met you, but will you be my girlfriend? No, I will not.
Will you be my girlfriend? It's funny how oftentimes, I love you is actually code for I just want to get in your pants. I mean, it's sad, but I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is.
I was like, I'm not moving to Ohio. This is before the I love you bomb. I was like, I'm not moving to Ohio, so and we're planning on moving down here sometime. I don't know how this is going to work out, but I'm not living in Ohio again.
Yeah, no.
Not happening.
No. I mean, they got some cool stuff out in Ohio, I guess. They got like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and
sure.
They got the NFL Football Hall of Fame. They got some cool stuff out there, I guess. I can't say I've honestly spent a whole lot of time. Usually the only time I've ever been out in Ohio is when I'm making my way across country to go visit some good friends of ours out in Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah, couldn't pay me enough to live in Ohio. Could not pay me enough.
It is what it is. But you know what you could pay me enough to do? You could pay me enough to start having sponsors on Rock Titan Live that can only be seen and heard on W4CY.com. So, everybody getting back to the music, which is what we're all about. Vinny Moore that I was talking about earlier that we were, hoping to have on set. He's sick. He's not feeling well. So please send your prayers over to him. And he's got Soul Shifter out. And actually, I got the blessing. I got the Vin Man's blessing to play a couple of songs off his new album, Soul Shifter, which is absolutely incredible, folks. Go out to VinnyMoore.com, check it out. I mean, buy the album. It is ridiculous. It is awesome. And I want to play for you right now one of my favorite songs. I queued up a couple of my favorites, but, the whole album is phenomenal. But D, what I would like to do right now is actually play Same Sun Shines. It's the second track off the album Soul Shifter. I would like to play that right now for everybody. So Dude, it's just one of those songs that gets you in a great mood. I mean, it's just one of those things where you can just imagine, driving down the road, not necessarily in the cold parts of the country during the winter time, but like just imagine driving up and down the West Coast, in a rag top, the wind just blowing in your hair if you have any, unlike myself, since I'm a regal bean, I'm bald. But
Down the strip.
But exactly, so for some of you folks out there, I mean, this is just the ultimate mood to me, like just driving music, the same sun shines. Awesome. So are you ready to rock and roll with that, D?
Well, yeah.
All right. So everybody, when I say go, D, when I say go ahead and play it. So
Okay.
Everybody, again, Same Sun Shines by Vinnie Moore on his newest album, Soul Shifter. Go. All right, everybody. So that was Same Sun Shines by Vinnie Moore on his new album Soul Shifter. And I'm telling you, folks, I mean, if that doesn't just, I don't know, stir some kind of emotion in you, then there is no emotion to be stirred. Did you have a chance to enjoy any of that, D?
Yes, I did.
Oh, God, I'm telling you. So, yeah, folks. And
No singing to it, though. Like, that's the only thing that I think shocked me is that there was no singing.
Right, yeah, he's a guitar virtuoso. So yeah, there's no lyrics to any of the stuff that he does. I mean, for people, like Steve Vai, Satriani, those kinds of guys where they really don't have anything in terms of vocals. Sometimes they do, but I mean, Moore is definitely in that category where the guitar does all the singing. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need to have a voice when you got a guitar that sings like that. And so I was relieved to find out that UFO actually is going to have some more North American dates that aren't going to be all that terribly far from me. So I'm still going to have a shot to catch up with Vinny and the crew that is UFO, because they are legends, absolute legends.
I will admit, though, that is the bad part of living in South Florida, is that, there's not a lot of people that come down to South Florida. Like, honestly, it's like slim pickings for, good concerts. And especially around the area that I'm at, I either have to go 3.5 hours up or 2.5 hours down in order to catch a decent show.
Now, see, that surprises me, especially down there, because it's like, other than rain, I guess, it's like it's always warm, you don't have to even worry about having indoor venues necessarily. I mean, you could get by almost exclusively on having amphitheaters down there. You could be outside all the dang time.
Yeah, I mean, we have an amphitheater right down the street where I do my haunted house during October. Like, I can look outside and I see the amphitheater. So, I mean, it drives me crazy. Like, I know it's wrong genre, but I'm a huge Jason Aldean fan.
All right.
And Jason Aldean hasn't been here in a couple of years, so that grinds my gears. But I have seen some pretty good legends. Like, I'm not sure if you are familiar with country music at all.
Little bit. I mean, it's not my wheelhouse, but there are some artists that I like to listen to.
For him being as old as he is, he puts on a pretty good show, and so does Toby Keith.
Right on. Yeah. Now, see, I can't say that I listen to their music regularly, but I know who they are. I mean, you'd have to be living in a freaking hobbit hole, to like not who they are.
You need to help me out with my, older rock, newer rock per se. And I feel like I can turn you into listening to a little bit of more country.
Oh, I don't know about that, D.
I
tell you right now, that would take some heavy-duty persuasion to...
I'm not saying to persuade you. I'm saying, hey, if I send you something, listen to it, give me your feedback.
Man, I'll tell you what, our friend Ron Russell has a better shot at having me hang out at a drag club all night long versus going to a country concert.
Nobody telling you to go. I'm just saying, hey, broaden your horizon. Let me know what you think. Send me some material so I can know what the deal is.
All right. Well, I got some of that. Actually, I got some of that we're going to play here. Not right now, because... Well, maybe we will. I don't know, because I definitely want to talk some Motley Crue. You talk about legends, of rock and roll and heavy metal, There's all this stuff that's been going on, with Motley Crue coming out of retirement because they swore up and down they were never touring again. They even signed contracts. We are never touring again. Yeah, until you go broke. I mean, give a break. How many bands have had their last tour? Oh, we're never touring again. Yeah, until the bank account starts crying for some sustenance, and then it's like, all right, well, we're going to go on frickin' tour, and of course Def Leppard's going to be touring, and Bret Michaels, Poison, they're going to be going out, so I guess Motley Crue might as well hop on the ticket too, even though they want more money. They want more money than even like Def Leppard or Poison, and I got to tell you right now, I mean, I love Def Leppard. I am a huge Def Leppard fan. we've had our friend Rick Allen on the show a few times. I don't know that he's necessarily been on Rock Titan Live yet. I think the times that I hosted Rick Allen actually predated when we went on Rock Titan Live, but I've featured him a few times, and I mean they're legends, man. Now Motley Crue, obviously they had their time and they were really, really, really good, but I mean, Def Leppard is now, very deservingly so, in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Not that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is, saying, oh, this band's, freaking legendary. They should be in there. A lot of people are in there that I don't think should be in there. And there's a lot of people that aren't in there that should. So, how valid is it? But I don't know. But that being said, Def Leppard, they deserve all the greatest prestigious accolades that any rock band could ever get. They're there. And, they're some of the greatest. They've sold more records. I think they've definitely sold more records than Motley Crue for sure. But all that being said, I saw something recently where Motley Crue wants $2 million per show.
What?
They want $2 million per show. So the breakdown was, it's every show that goes with, Motley Crue, Def Leppard, and Poison, $3.25 million. And the breakdown is Motley Crue gets 2, Def Leppard gets 1, and then Poison gets $250. So I don't know how happy Poison and Bret Michaels is about getting $250,000, although, I don't.
My thing, what if you don't sell that many tickets for that venue due to the fact it is high volume of tickets? Like, I know me, I'm not going to sit there and spend $75, $85 for a ticket. That doesn't include taxes and printing fees and God knows what else. I know for a fact when I buy a ticket and I get to the end and it's a $25 ticket, somehow, some way, it is a $45 ticket at the end.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now. I mean, now I've seen Motley Crue, and I think I've seen Motley Crue before Vince Neil got pregnant with quintuplets. So, this is going back a ways. This is going back a ways. I believe I actually saw them in concert with Aerosmith, which was pretty awesome, seeing Aerosmith and Motley Crue at the same time. This was like, God, I mean, this is maybe 20 years ago, I want to say. So it was definitely a different time. But yeah, Motley Crue, I mean, they think that they're worth double. They think that they are worth double Def Leppard. I got news for you right freaking now. Rock and roll heavy metal world. Not that Scotty J's opinion means a damn thing to anybody, okay? But I'm just going to go on record right freaking now. There is absolutely no way that Motley Crue is worth more money than Def Leppard. No freaking way, okay? Now, I am not trying to take anything away from their greatness, their success. I mean, hey, man, kickstart my heart. Girls, 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 I mean, hey, home sweet home, tonight, yeah, I mean, maybe I should sing instead of Vince Neil because, man,
hey, yeah,
I got some pipes.
Good vocals.
Yeah, I got some pipes, there's a lot of people out there that would be well served if I became their front man, you know what I mean?
I go pay money for that show.
So, I mean, all that being said, all right, so we're talking about whether or not we think Motley Crue is the price of admission today. Who knows what these tickets are going to cost, but I found this video that's gone viral. I'm sure everybody's seen it at this point, but I'm going to play it right now anyway. For everybody that's just listening, you're going to hear it, and it's Vince Neil. If you can make the words out, good luck. But for those of you watching, there's actually subtitles and stuff like that in it. It's been all over Facebook and Twitter and got all over the place. But do you have I mean, just looking at it cracks me up. Do you have this audio file? It's only like a minute long.
Yeah. Well, what I'll do is I'll leave you plugged in anyway, since it's just a minute long. Hold on. Let me. And yeah, we'll do it that way. But yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I might have to do some singing over it myself. I might have to do some singing. I actually switched a few of the settings on my system here, just in case I feel so inspired to try to do some...
I won't mute you. I'll just leave the mic open, and if you feel like singing Scotty J, you sing.
Thank you, D. Yeah, maybe I'll sing along with Vince Neil here. But man alive. I mean, this dude, he's got work. He's got work to do because, part of the reason why I think that this whole Motley Crue resurgence and everyone like prompting them to go back out on the road again is because they came out with that movie Dirt, The Dirt, whatever. I mean, I watched it and, it's all right.
Graphic. I don't really think it was very informative. I guess I was like maybe thinking it was going to be more of a Bohemian Rhapsody type thing where it was informative and it went backstories and yada, yada, yada. Yeah. I feel like Dirt was just more pornographic than anything else, but that's my opinion.
Well, that's them. They were pornographic. I mean, it was absolutely hands down accurate. That I have absolutely no doubt about whatsoever. I have no doubt. Now, Nikki Sixx wrote it. But I have no doubt in my mind that his account was absolute stone cold, 100% spot on. That was Motley Crue. Now, they couldn't be that today, even if they wanted to. And you're going to see why in a minute when I play this Vince Neil clip. Oh my God, it's priceless. So, all right, I could ramble on and on about this. We'll talk about this when it's done. But are we ready to play this thing right here?
I mean, I'm ready whenever you are.
All right, when I say go, play it, all right?
All right, I'll leave the mic open in case you would like to sing.
I might. All right, ready? On your mark, get set, go. What up? Kick out! What's up, my people? Woo! Y'all ready? Woo! Keep down my heart. I screwed it up. I cut out too early on my end, D. But I think everybody that was listening, and for anyone that was watching, you get the idea. You get the idea. Now, I don't know how old that was. I didn't look to see when it was actually filmed versus when it was uploaded. But Jesus God, I mean, you would think that Vinny was running around on stage with an oxygen tank attached to him,
I don't think he remembered the words.
Well, I mean, it sure seemed like he was making them up as he went along. It's great when you have a song where you can just kind of mumble along, and the instruments, the guitar and the drums and everything else is just so loud. You go, kick some, wee, woo, ha! What? I mean, dude, what is he? It's like he's running around on fire. It's literally like his underpants were on fire, and he's running around trying to put that fire out. I don't know, man. But in any event, dude, I'm sorry. That if you think for 1 second that a performance like that. Now, granted, it was just Vince Neil. It wasn't the rest of the guys from Motley Crue. But man alive, that ain't worth $2 million a show. No, and certainly not double the amount of Def Leppard. Are you freaking kidding me right now? Are you freaking kidding me?
Maybe, and this is a big maybe due to the fact that I don't know either, but maybe that was their first show back from, their extensive retirement. You know what I mean? You come out of retirement, you're not going to be, quite hot shot either, but...
Well, I'll tell you right now, they definitely weren't in cryostasis because Neil looked like he just got done a 1 month freaking bender at a buffet. I mean, my God, jeez, Louise. I don't know, man. All I know is if they're really going to go back out on tour, man, and they want to look the part, good grief, I mean. They should do a reality show if they really want to capitalize on this. And Nikki Sixx, I have no doubt in the world that he is a tremendous business mind. And I know he's in the media and stuff like that. He does his own like podcast and he has his own show and stuff like that. And he's good. I mean, he's great. But because he's like that business mind, kind of almost in the same vein as like a Gene Simmons. It's like it's not just about the music, but he's got the true pulse of branding. And how to monetize merchandise, the whole nine, Hell, make a reality show out of getting in shape to go on tour, I mean, they could do, a 3 to 4 month show where they're all just working their nuts off trying to get themselves in the same form they were in back in like the 80s.
Yeah, but also, he's not trying to, claim ownership of the devil horns like Gene Simmons did.
No. I'm not. I'm not necessarily saying that. And yeah, I mean that's a fair point. But I mean, good grief, man.
There's good businessmen, and then there's
If you're gonna pay good money out of your pocket to see a show, man, you want to see a good show. You don't want to see whatever the heck that slop was. I can't even imagine how people felt about that. Now maybe he just had an off night. Maybe. I'm kind of doubting it. But anyway. I'm done. I'm done now. I'm done now with the whole Motley Crue rant. But it's just funny because you were talking about it earlier. Because see, I grew up with Motley Crue, and I know D, you did not. I
mean, I didn't grow up with them being explosive, but
they were the '80s. Their greatest days were in the '80s.
Yeah.
And maybe a little bit in the early '90s, and you were born after that.
Yeah, 91.
Right. So, you kind of, missed their true glory days.
Yeah. I grew up on CDs and tracks of them.
Right. So, I mean, so you're talking about like you have these guys on this Mount Olympus, you have these guys on like the Mount Rushmore of some of the greatest rockers that ever lived. You have this belief, this, idea of what they are, and you definitely wouldn't want to have that image tarnished, and if you were to go to see a show, and it's just like totally dreadful. Not that it would be, maybe Vince Neil finds the fountain of youth and, Jenny Craig befriends him, I don't know, but maybe something miraculous happens and they end up putting on a tour for the ages, where everyone that grew up with them is like, yeah, they're back. Yeah. So who knows, Crazier things have happened, but I hate to see like you, D, like spend your hard-earned money, working for W4CY and K4HD and all the other amazing networks, that fall underneath that W4CY umbrella. I hate for you to spend your hard-earned money on something that's just gonna, not only live up to your expectations, but like just totally contaminate. The whole idea that you had, but getting away from that, all right, because that's old school. That's old school rock and roll. I mean, they haven't done anything new in like forever. And we were talking a little while ago because I know, we're running short on time here already. This show has flown by. But, you were talking about what some of the newer bands out there are like, what some of this new generation of rock and roll and heavy metal is all about. One of the things that we were talking about at the beginning of the show was Ambler, our amazing Out with Ambler. She covered a band called Blacktop Mojo, who I love those guys. Absolutely love those guys. She was with them over the weekend with Otherwise and Lullwater. And let me tell you, folks, if you're not familiar with Blacktop Mojo, these guys are freaking sick. And we just put a story out today on the RockTitan.tv website. And, it was Ambler's recount of the show and then some of her amazing photography. And then I just threw in my own 2 cents of what I think, of the band. So if you want to go check that out. But, oh my God, Blacktop Mojo. Their lead singer, Matt James. Oh my God. I mean, off the hook. Dude looks like freaking Tormund Giantsbane from Game of Thrones. He totally looks like the from Giantsbane from Game of Thrones. It's awesome, man. Like kissed by fire. I mean, the guy, his voice. Oh, I just got to share it with everybody. So they had a new album come out not all that long ago called Under the Sun. So everybody go out, check out Blacktop Mojo, Under the Sun. It's their 3rd studio album. And man alive, I mean, these guys are freaking sick. And if these guys cannot make like a phenomenally just sick living, all right, as musicians exclusively, and I'm talking like the glory days where, these rock stars had like mansions and limos and Ferraris and all that stuff, because they were just multimillionaires. Blacktop Mojo should be multimillionaires, signed to a major record deal, if that even means anything anymore. And these guys should be headlining arenas and major concert halls across the globe because they are that damn good. And just to give you an idea of how amazing these guys are and the kind of vocals that Matt James has, I want to play the title track of their album, Under the Sun. I swear to God, it's like it's very reminiscent to me, and I don't take this lightly, of like Soundgarden and Chris Cornell. Because to me, in the pantheon of lead singers in the history of rock and roll and heavy metal, to me, Chris Cornell is definitely in the top 3. And God rest his soul, I still miss him to this day. I can't believe I'm never going to hear another new song by Chris Cornell ever again. I'm still devastated by it to this day. I don't know if I'll ever get over it because I looked up to him and respected him and just loved his work that much. This guy, Matt James, brings that to the table. So, D, do you have Under the Sun by Blacktop Mojo ready to go right now?
Yes.
All right. So when I say go, play it. Folks, this is absolutely incredible. I hope you enjoy it. Again, this is Under the Sun by Blacktop Mojo. And go.
Into the same as the day before.
right, everybody. So that was Under the Sun by Blacktop Mojo. D, was I lying? Was I lying?
No, they're pretty good.
I'm telling you right now, those guys are absolutely sick. But, guys, the time got away from me here. And, because of the guest that, we were supposed to have on here and someone that we will have on as soon as he's feeling better, and that is Vinnie Moore. Again, everybody, please send your thoughts and prayers because he's not feeling well. We need him to get better so that he can make sure that he gets back on this UFO tour. But, D, thank you so much for everything that you've done for this show. And we got Thanksgiving coming up here in a couple of days. So, everybody, I want to wish you all a very happy and healthy Thanksgiving. Please, everyone, be safe. Enjoy your time with your friends, family, whoever that may be. And just remember, that we every day we wake up and get to put both feet on the ground and take that deep breath. That right there is something we have to be thankful for. And I would like to finish out this show, again, just sending our thoughts, and what we're thankful for. That is Vinnie Moore. We got Soul Rider here off his newest album, Soul Shifter. Again, everybody go check out Vinnie Moore Soul Shifter. This is Soul Rider, and we're going to take a little ride off into the sunset here ourselves. D, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, everybody, have a great week. Happy Thanksgiving.